Hi, welcome back to the channel. Monday the 16th of June 2025. As you can see, we're at the Etihad again. Come to see how this roof dismantling's going, amongst other things. So as you can see, they've dropped the next piece. You can see that crane's obviously finished with for that part of it. Excuse me. Be interesting to know how the next bit of the lift goes. See where that cherry picker is. Crane there, not sure what that's doing. You see the reach on that little blue cherry picker is quite ridiculous, really, how high they can actually get. There you can see they've moved the wooden platform. So that is ready for moving that piece onto it. Be interesting to see if it's this green crane that is attached to it again to lift it over. I noticed something on SS Sky's video, and I don't know if it's always been here or not, and that was that. Looks like some sort of temporary platform. In fact, I'll move over. Let's see where I am, see if I can, yeah, so I can drop down without being over anybody. See if I can see a bit more of what that is. So, any clues? It's obviously not, I don't think it's anything to do with the scaffolding for the screen. Because it's probably on the halfway line. That certainly looks like it's getting hooked into place. As someone commented about the time it took to do the first one and how then therefore it'll take a long time to do all these, but especially at things like Everton, when they was doing there, you'd see them start a section and the first one would take a while and then they'd just get quicker and quicker. So I imagine it'd be the same with this. They've sort of sussed it out with the first one and now they know what it entails. So I can see some hooks there. Yellow, which suggests they're temporary. Is that where it's going to connect up to? Now are they going up in that basket to connect that? So that's like they're removing, I say it looks like he's hooking up the purlins to be lifted out, which will then free up this section. Let's see where these are going. Comes my daily police sirens. It does look like they're heading to connect that crane up. Excuse me again. Think I do. I'll go and have a look around the rest of the site quickly and I'll come back and hopefully we will see them doing something to that roof piece. If it's looking likely, I'll hang around and swap batteries, etc. and continue on. So the roof's looking more and more solid daily. Don't think that crane's doing too much. More roof pieces by the looks of it.
Fly with cup.
That's some activity again on this side. Been a bit quiet the last week or so. Looks like the framing work's continuing. Looks like some brackets are going on. this crane. Bit like the one the other side, looks like it's just doing roof purlins. Right, we'll go back and see how this is going. Yep, so they've hooked up that side of the crane. So I'm going to presume that they will then move over to this side. Yep, see that's resting in. I don't think that's hooked up yet though. I think that's just laying in place. So presuming those yellow hooks, temporary hooks, have been added if the track stays in place. I'm just trying to get the bearings of where they are. See, there's the track. It's just behind the ridge. So no, they're not on at the moment. So that would be a good indication, I would guess, of the next one to come down. Which I'm guessing is about where he's stood at the moment, roughly where that yellow eye is going to go. Right, they look like they're heading to the other side. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and change batteries, and I might even get a brew for 5 minutes, and then I'll come back. So say it'll be in the next few seconds, and hopefully we might see them lift this piece. Right, we're back with a fresh battery. It's been 5 or 10 minutes. So it does look like they've got that side connected now. So we'll see where they're going next. Or if it's just down out the way. Now we know it tips there, but don't know if it has to be disconnected further. If indeed these do it or not. Don't think I can see any additional chains that are going to go up to something at the back. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to leave it still on this point, just so basically I can cut back to it. I can edit it out for however long it takes. I can just leave it recording, hovering. I'll get the whole bit in case there's something going on elsewhere. So I'll do that, basically sit and watch and see if anything happens, and I can edit it out and make it shorter if I need to. Just cutting back in, just because I've seen they were doing something at the bottom. While I'm out of time lapse, I see what these are doing. Just seeing, is that another lifting hook? Sort of just below where the crane is to the right a little bit. So if that's the case, is there and one there in the centre of your screen? Wonder if that's what they've got to hook up to. There's nothing else happening at the bottom. Not much happening at the moment. See if I can get a little bit closer. So that looks like they're cutting something. Hard to tell what from here. I say it's quite difficult to know how long to give it. See, there's work going on at least two other of the old sections, and that's, as you can see, is removing old purlins. That one looks like it's about ready to go. But, I'll move over a bit and have a look at that for a minute. See if I can get a better angle. I'm guessing they're undoing the last bolts holding it on. So we'll see how these others are doing. Looks like they're still trying to free something off. Looks like this purling's finally coming out. Presume that will be bringing that back down to a skip or somewhere down here. So now we've sort of seen all three cranes in progress. The green one is doing the major lifting of the old roof. This one has got a cage on it. They're using a bit like a cherry picker. For them connecting and dismantling. And then this one's being used for removing the old roof sections. And the two large cranes that are normally operating them seem to be putting new roof sections on. That one and that one. I've lost where this one's gone with that piece at the moment. They simply dropped it down somewhere there. I'm sure it's going to be obvious. Oh, there it is, finally. Now I can see it move. Let's see how these are getting on. They look like they're now clear of it. Right, now it does look like, I think, that it is connected up there as well. So that actually now makes a bit more sense. Right, I'm going to do another battery swap, and this will be hopefully third time lucky. Be my last battery, so it'll be a do or die visit. So we're either going to get this section being lifted or we won't. So I will see you shortly. Right, I'm back for my third and last visit, I'm afraid. I thought I had 3 fully charged batteries and I didn't. I've only got 2, and this one with about 50%. So I would unfortunately say I'm not going to capture this being lifted. It's obviously quite a long process from being hooked up to being moved. I would guess it is going to be moved today. but I don't think I am going to be here to capture it. But in the same breath, it does look like if that comes down today, it does appear like the next one's getting ready to go. So I can't see that being a huge amount of time. Mind you, the yellow track still needs to go, and the rest of these purlins, but they're coming out quite fast. So I couldn't decide if I could see movement on that beam. I can't imagine it would move with them still being there. Have a look from here. I'll say this one still removing purlins. You can see the next one's coming out. Not sure where it dropped them, unless it did come right down to the ground, but excuse me. Right, I think I'm going to have to call it there for today. I'm going to have to. I'll come another day and be a bit better. I wasn't really prepared to sort of capture one today. I didn't think I'd see much. But another day I can put the time in and wait. The only trouble with this, unlike the lifts that we see outside the stadium, I could sit around and wait outside till crane moved, where I don't have that luxury, so I have to waste battery basically watching. So yeah, so I wouldn't like to guarantee that I'm going to get one of these, but I should do my best. So sorry, it's been a bit of a long video. At least we see now it's hooked up, ready for nail removal. But it still appears that there's still quite a bit to do. Just check it's not moved. No, right, I'm definitely leaving it there. So thank you for watching. I'll come tomorrow, but to basically see if they've got one hooked up again. If they haven't, I'll do a quick video and try again on Wednesday. But we know the time scale now. They hooked this green crane up when I got here today, and if it's down, I'll probably come first thing in the morning and see if it's down. If it is, I know it was sort of done tonight or this afternoon, which I imagine it will be, and then I'll gauge it from there. So thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who shares, comments, subscribes, etc., uses the Buy Me a Coffee link. Greatly appreciated, and I will see you next time.